Good afternoon.
Yeah. So last class we discussed about a new chapter, right? A chapter 3, physical changes. Yeah, so I'll repeat it. Okay, so biological changes, social changes, cultural changes, emotional and cognitive changes. These are the 4 changes that influence our identity formation. Four factors are physical, social, emotional, and cognitive. So now we are discussing the physical changes, right? Physical and biological changes, both are same. So under this physical and biological changes, first concept that is growth spurt. Growth spurt, S-P-U-R-T. Then we learned about height and weight differences between both genders. Then internal development, sexual development, and motor development. So if a question asks what are the changes that leads to an identity formation due to this physical part or this biological part, you need to include all these 5 points. Okay. So first one, let's discuss one by one. Then you can summarize. Okay. Yeah. So the first one, that is growth spurt. So what do you mean by a growth spurt? Which means a sudden increase or a rapid change in your height as well as in your weight, that is called as a growth spurt, a sudden change. We all know that during a particular time we have a sudden increase in our height, that is this growth spurt. So in the case of girls, it is between 9 and 11.5 years, and its peak that comes by 12.5. Okay, that is the peak value, which means the maximum amount of height or the growth that take place at this time. Sorry. Yeah, this time. Then in the case of boys, the peak that comes, which means the maximum amount of growth for them, that is between 14 and a half to 15 and a half years. And these are the 2 factors that influence this growth spurt, or means the height and weight. One is heredity and the other one is environment, that we will discuss. Okay, so these are the 2 factors that influence the growth spurt. One is heredity, next one that is environment. So that is our first change under the physical part. Next one, that is weight and height. There is a big difference between, or there is a difference between in the case of boys and girls in the case of this weight as well as height. So what is the change? In the case of girls, their development is in a slow rate, a slow format. But in the case of boys, they suddenly gain height. You can easily observe with your peers, right? They grow taller earlier than boys in the case of girls. So they are 2 times earlier than boys, is weight and height development. A simple topic. Then we have an internal development, the organs, internal organs. Your digestive system develops, your stomach becomes longer, liver increases in weight. All these are the changes. Okay, you need to note these points. Then intestine grows in length. Yeah, so stomach become longer, intestine also grows in the length, and lung capacity increases, which means your breathing capacity, your hold, you can easily hold the breath for a long time. The lung capacity also increases. Then endocrine gland, this is a very important gland. They become very active, endocrine gland. So what is this endocrine gland? They secrete hormones, as well as they can easily coordinate all the activities, which means all the body activities. They easily coordinate all the body activities. That is one function. Another function, they release hormones. Yeah. Then, yeah, the thyroid gland, pituitary gland, adrenal gland, all these are the part of endocrine glands. Okay. So all these glands that help you to secrete some hormones. Yeah. The fourth one, that is sexual development. Sexual development means, am I audible, Sanjana? Your network issue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, fine. So, sexual development, the testosterone and estrogen, these are the 2 important hormones that is responsible for our development, a sexual development. Yeah. So, in the case of girls, it is estrogen, ESTROGEN. Okay, by heart the spelling. And in the case of male, it is testosterone. Yeah. These are the 2 hormones we need to grow. or for the sexual development. So this stimulate the physical changes. We have a number of physical changes during this time, right? So this changes is mainly due to these kind of hormones. These hormones are secreted from the adrenal gland or some glands that secrete these hormones. These hormones are responsible for the physical changes. Estrogen in the case of girls and testosterone in the case of boys. Okay. So let's distinguish between this primary sex characteristics and secondary sex characteristics. So, and there is a big difference between this primary and secondary characteristics. Primary, which means that is directly connected with your reproduction. We all know that there are some organs that is directly connected with our reproduction, which means reproduction is a kind of a biological process. We give birth to another offspring, or we give another generation, we build another generation. That is a part of reproduction, simply a biological process. Egg and sperm unite together to form a new offspring, like us, right? Yeah. So here this is directly involved with the reproduction. That is primary sex characteristics. Try to by heart from here, okay, or try to understand. Next is secondary sex characteristic, which means just the opposite of primary. Not really connected with the reproduction or not directly connected with your reproduction. Secondary sex characteristics. Okay, so we'll discuss one by one. Primary sex characteristics, which means the sex organs, they starts to grow, like our uterus and all that starts to grow. That is the primary sex characteristics. Then we have a menarche, which means a starting of our menstruation. That is a term, menarche, which means a starting of our menstruation. That is menarche. It is usually an average age that is 11 to 12 years. Menopause, that is another term. After 50 years, a stoppage of our menstruation. Yeah. So they can't reproduce after this period. After 50 years, that is menopause. So menstruation, that is a time period. That is a period of full period with this menstruation every month, right? Yeah. So 12 to 50 years, that is an average time to start and to end. Okay, so that's it. And in the case of boys, their penis, testis or starts to enlarge or they grow. They begin to grow. That is a primary sex characteristics, which means only connected. They directly connected with our reproduction, our biological process. Yeah, that is primary. And next one, that is secondary characteristics. We have some other kind of changes in our body due to this changes, due to this hormones. Like in the case of girls, our voice becomes sweet and melodious, and other changes than the reproduction. Hair growth on body parts, pubic hair formation, hips become very broad, and fat deposition in some areas of our body, right? I think you know about that. Some kind of areas there is a fat deposition and bust development take place, hair growth. All these are the certain changes under the secondary characteristics. In the case of boys, this is very important portion, okay? So here their chests become broad, their hips become narrow, hair starts growing on face and other body parts. Then boys become very deep and heavy and they gain the muscle strength, a muscular strength, and they achieve a good stamina. All these are the part of secondary characteristics. Clear? So it can be started from the age of 9 till 19. In the case of girls, it can be start from the age of 7. You can see hair growth, yeah, underarms and all. Until the age of 19, the secondary characteristics emerge. Okay, that is the secondary characteristics. Then we learned about some changes in skin. Yeah, that is also very common, acne and the pimple formation and all. That comes under the changes in skin part, and our skin become very rough. Am I audible, Sanjana? Yeah. So here their skin become very thick and rough. The oil glands become very active. That is why this pimple formations occur. Oil glands become very active. And hair growth on face, hair growth on reproductive parts. That is a pubic hair formation. All these are the certain changes under our skin. Clear? That again comes under the physical parts. Sorry, physical changes. Then we learned about motor development, our last change under the physical change or the biological part. So there are two types of motor development. We already discussed that, fine motor development and gross motor development. So in fine motor development, it means the development of the fine muscles, like we need muscles to write, right? Or we need a certain kind of muscles to draw. A small muscles we use to draw, then paint and all, that comes under the fine motor parts, fine muscles. And in the case of gross motor, gross means gross motor, which means the muscles we need to walk, to stand, and all, we need certain muscles, a large muscles. We need a large muscles to stand, right? Like this, right? Yeah, that is gross motor. So these are the two types, fine motor and gross motor. Fine for small muscles, gross means a large muscle development. Yeah. So here the motor development reaches the optimum level, which means maximum development of this motor. Both fine as well as growth take place. Then boys attain the maximum of their motor development till the age of 18 years. Till the age of 18 years. Then they gain more strength. That is called these more strength. That is called as a muscle power. Muscle strength or muscle power. Girls till the age of 15. I think you can hear, right? Heavy noise here. Yeah, that's it. So that's all about the some changes regarding our physical part. So I'll give a 5 minutes, just revise, then I'll ask. Then you can start summarizing. Yeah. You want the slides? I'll show you. Yeah. Since then I learned chapter 2 for next class, Saturday. Okay. Only chapter 2. Yeah? Start.
So the factors that influence the formation of identity, it includes physical changes, biological changes, emotional, socioculture, and cognitive.
Sorry. Cognitive. Any idea what does cognitive means? Related with your brain, memory kind of things. Emotional means fear, jealousy, we have certain kind of emotion. Social, that is related with an environment. Biological or physical, connected to our body. Clear? Yeah.
Then growth spurt, it is a rapid acceleration of height and weight. For girls, it is from the age 9 to 11 and a half.
Sanjana, just a minute.
Yes.
Can start.
Should I start from beginning?
No.
So for girls, it is from the age 9 to 11 and a half. At peak, it is 12 and a half. Then for boys, it is from 14 and a half to 15 and a half.
Very good.
This depends on heredity and environmental
Two
factors.
factors. Yeah.
Then height and weight. For girls, they gain height at a slower rate comparing to boys. Then internal development takes place, like the capacity of lungs increases. Then endocrine glands become more active. It's okay, ma'am. Then sexual development takes place. For
I
female, it
can't
is
hear you, dear. Please wait. So let's discuss a new topic, early and late maturers. Am I audible, Sanjana? Yeah, okay. So, thank God. Yeah. You can start there. You can start. Why you stop? Yeah.
in sexual development. For female, it is
What about internal development?
internal development. The capacity of lungs increase.
Hmm.
Then chest becomes broad for male.
Ah, okay.
Then for female, hips become broad.
That all comes under the secondary sex characteristics, right? Some internal organs, stomach, intestine, lungs,
Yeah, intestine becomes more longer.
endocrine glands become more active.
Mm.
Yeah, fine. Start with sexual development.
For sexual development,
Yeah,
for female, it is estrogen. For male, it is testosterone.
the hormones. Yeah.
Mm. Then there is two types of sexual development: primary sexual development and secondary sexual development. In primary, it is like directly involved in reproduction, like menarche, menopause,
Yeah. The
then
organs that directly connected with reproduction.
reproduction.
Yeah. So if that organs grow, it comes under the primary sex characteristics in the case of boys as well as in girls. Yeah.
Then secondary sexual development includes like it is indirectly involved in reproduction, like growth of pubic hair.
Hmm.
Then motor
Can you
development.
try with some examples, secondary sex characteristics, examples for both male and female?
The hair growth in face.
Hmm.
Then
What about voice?
their voice becomes more harsh for men. For female, it becomes more
Sweet.
soft.
Yeah. Sweet and melodious. Yeah. Hip.
Then
What about hips?
yeah,
In our
for men,
case,
hip becomes narrow. For female, it becomes broad.
yeah. So last change, motor development.
Motor development, it is there are two types of motor development:
Very
fine
good.
and gross. The fine motor development is like the growth of small muscles like
Very good. The
fingers.
development of small muscles. Yeah, good.
Then gross muscles include like used for walking, jumping, like that.
Development of large muscles. That's it. Fine and gross.
Then changes in skin, the oil gland, secretion of oil increases in face. That leads
Oil
to
gland become more active. That leads to pimple formation, acne
pimples.
formations, some kind of skin issues. It may leads to
For
thick or
men,
rough skin.
yeah,
Yeah,
for men, hair growth in
on
face.
face. Good. Good dear. So let's discuss an easy topic. Who's early and late maturers? So what is early maturers? A simple thing, right? Those who mature early, that is called as early maturers, which means in the case of girls, those who mature before 8. Yeah. What is the specialty of this before 8? They're very small, right? So that is early maturers who mature early. It can be boy or a girl. Those who mature early, that is called as early maturers. And late maturers, those who mature late. That's it. That's a new topic. Early and late maturers. So
Now, for
puberty,
boys, how you know that they become mature?
by their development, we can assess that by this primary sex characteristics, by their secondary sex characteristics, we can understand. Clear. And they also
Now, like,
have
but that is slow growth. No?
Yeah,
for
but they have
female,
some kind of development. Their sexual development, right? Their organs, their spermacea, like in our case, we have menarche, right? They also have the ejection of sperms. Yeah, so we can identify, they can identify, right? Like us. Okay. So puberty. What is this puberty? We already discussed, right? It's a time period. It's a time when our body
from
changes from
a
a
child
child
changes to young
to
adult.
a young adult. That is a puberty, a time period. Yeah. So it is said to be early if it starts before 8 years in the case of girls and before 9 in boys. If a girl already have this menstruation before 8, which means at the year of 7 years, we consider them as a early maturers. And in the case of late maturers, there is no signs of this menstruation after 13 years. Or till this 13 years, there is no signs of menstruation, which means first bleeding or first menstruation. There is no menarche. So we call them as a late maturers. Okay. Do you think is there any problem for this early and late maturers? No? No problem. Just imagine a boy with a good height. Is there any difference or is there any change between a early mature boy or a late mature boy? Do you experience any change or they experience any?
Appearance differs.
Yeah,
Of course, their character also.
yeah. Then
Other than that, I don't.
they get more responsibility, right?
Yeah.
Early maturers, they can easily excel in sports. They get more opportunities, responsibility. But in the case of late maturers, they feel irritated or they sometimes they feel depressed. Why I'm looking like a child still now? A kind of a problem, right? It leads some issues like depressions, loneliness, and all. Peer rejection is also a factor. Some peers reject. They look like a child. They just reject them. Yeah? So look, the early mature boys, they grow taller, heavier, and they have more muscles when compared with late maturers, right? So they have more responsibility because they can easily excel in sports. Their family members, they give responsibility. In school also, they provide different kind of opportunities, responsibilities, and all. So they can experience all these things and they can use all these things in their life. That is an added advantage for them, right? Yeah. In the case of late maturers, they feel depressed due to this limited opportunity because everyone consider them as a little child. So no one provides this kind of tough opportunities or kind of tough jobs for them. Yeah. In the case of late and early maturers. So what about early and late mature girls? Same,
Same
right?
factors.
Yeah. Those who mature early, they have some kind of physical changes. So other girls starts to avoid them or sometimes they reject. Another problem. It leads to different kind of complications in school as well as in family. Sometimes in the case of boys, they try to use kind of drugs. Another problem. Yeah. Here, look, the menarche at young age, that's a problem. We need to use pad and all right. They are not aware about that. Some girls. It's another problem. And a feeling of loneliness, peer rejection because of this abnormal, not an abnormal structure, due to some kind of differences, a bust development, or they have some body changes. Due to this, some peers or some friends or some kind of individuals, they reject them. It leads to loneliness or kind of a rejection. So look, the girls who mature late, what about the girls who mature late? They are less disturbed emotionally as well as physically than late mature boys. Why? Because because we have no menstruation, right? It's an easy. No mood swings, no kind of physical changes. So the late maturers consider them as a stable one. We can consider them as a less disturbed one when compared with the late mature boys. Late maturers, they have a limited opportunity, limited responsibilities and all. In our case, there is no kind of such kind of problems. Okay, we are emotionally stable with this late maturation. Yeah, that's it. So I'll read certain things from your textbook. Okay, I know you have no textbook. Yeah, boys who mature at a later stage are at disadvantaged position largely. Adults consider them as children and they are not given important social tasks. Yeah, limited opportunities. Their opportunities of displaying their potential remain limited. It's always remain limited because no one provide opportunities or responsibility for them. That's the reason. Physically, they feel inadequate and unattractive to girls. That is another problem. They always feel that they are not good looking and all. That's a problem of this late maturers. Then they feel concerned about their body. In their peer group, they are commanded by early maturers. That's another problem. Yeah. Then they feel depressed, irritated, and rebellious. Yeah, that's a paragraph. I think it's clear for you. Then we have early mature girls. Early mature girls get menarche at young age, which means the starting stage of menstruation. So secondary sex characteristics starts emerging. That is a very important point. In this case of early maturers, there are secondary characteristics like hair growth, pubic hair development, bust development, not bust development. All these secondary characteristics starts emerging. Yeah. Then they grow in height. We all know. We all grow in height, and because of their appearance, are looked. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I think this portion is clear, right? Early and late mature, simple portion. Those who mature early, we call them as an early maturers. Those who mature late, we call them as a late maturers. So before 8 years, in the case of girls, we consider them as a early maturers, and before 9 in boys, we consider them as a early mature boys. And in the case of late maturers, which means there is no signs of puberty. In our case, there is no signs of menstruation by 13 years, 13 year of age. And in the case of boys, till the age of 14 years, they have no signs of this puberty. There is no signs of secondary characteristics, no signs of primary characteristics. So we call them as a late maturers. Okay, don't forget this age. You can write, okay. Note this age. 8, before 8 in girls, before 9 in boys, 13 and 14. These ages are important. 9 and 13 for girls. Sorry, 8 and 13 for girls, 9 and 14 for boys. Okay. So puberty is said to be early if it starts before 8 years in girls or before 9 in boys. It is considered late if there are no signs of puberty by 13 years, and 13 years in girls and 14 in boys. Okay. Yeah. So I already told you that there are certain factors that affect our development, right? First one, that is heredity, and second one, that is our environment. What about this heredity? Sorry. Yeah. Heredity. What do you mean by heredity?
Like gaining something from our ancestors, like from our parents.
Like our hair, a passing of a
Yeah.
trait or a characteristics
Color,
from,
hair,
yeah.
how the hair looks like, curly, straight.
Do you have any kind of traits from your parents exactly like them?
Dimples.
Dimples, yeah. Anything else?
Only that much. I
My
think.
body structure is exactly like my mother. That is from my mother's character. It's a trait.
My father's height.
Father's height. Yeah. So what about your height?
I'm 151.
151 and 158. Okay. Almost same. No problem. Yeah. So this heredity means it's a passing of a traits or a characteristics from one generation to another generation, which means from our parents to us. Yeah. So please write that definition. Heredity. It is a passing of traits. Trait means a characteristics. Trait like a, for example, if both of your parents have green eyes, it might have a chance to get that. Like, yeah, that's a part of this heredity. Or our body shape, our hair, long hair, curly hair, our color. All these are the certain traits that pass from our parents or their generations. So it is a passing of traits or characteristics from, it is the passing of traits from one generation to another generation, that is called as heredity. So that is the first point. We all know that everyone is unique, right? We all have some kind of differences. Why this difference happen? That is due to this heredity, or otherwise it's due to environment. One reason that is heredity, another reason that is environment. So okay, so heredity means it's just a passing of certain kind of characteristics from our parents to us, or from one generation to another generation. That is heredity. Okay, just a minute. Yeah. Do you know how just imagine this as a human body, okay? This is a human body, it's an abstract drawing. So our human body is made up of different kind of cells, or human body is made up of different cells. All these are cells, okay? A number of cells. Hmm? Within each cell, we have a nucleus. This is a biology class, okay? So our whole body is made up of number of cells, and each cell we have a nucleus, and we have certain kind of genes, we have chromosomes. All these are the certain things that is related with our traits or our DNA. Clear? So this human body is block of human body. That is very important. Please write that. Cell is considered as a building block of human body. Building block means, yeah, my network is not stable, but it's okay, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So a human body is made up of tiny cells. So each cell in the human body contains 25,000 to 35,000 genes. Just imagine each cell that contains 25,000 to 30,000 genes. Yeah, so cell is considered as a basic unit of a cell. So inside, so this is a cell. Inside each cell we have a nucleus. Yeah, which contain a chromosomes. Okay, like this kind of things. I think you're familiar with this, right? The chromosomes. Yeah. So these chromosomes that carry the genes. Okay, so human body is made up of different kind of cells. Each cell contain a nucleus that carrying a chromosomes. So each cell that carry 25,000 to more than 20,000 genes, they carry a number of genes. That is the reason for the difference between me and you. We look entirely different, right? Yeah, that is a kind of these traits, a difference with these traits. So next one, that is environment. Another term, environment, which means our surroundings. That is environment. Our family, our school, peers, socioeconomics. What does this peers means? I think it's a, okay, right? Friends.
Friends.
Yeah. Yeah, are you confusing it? Peers, that just means a friends, friendship. Okay, peer group means friends group. That's it. So first one, family. How this family gonna change or make influence or make some differences between me and you? How it
Because of
happens? Any idea?
heredity.
Yeah, heredity we already finished. Now we are discussing about environment. Family, first one. Family is the first school, right? We learn a number of things from family, our emotional, cognitive things. The first word, everything we learn from family, their character, we also observe them. Yeah, a social learning, observational learning. We observe them. I think you learn all these in from your psychology class, observational learning and all. We observe a particular thing from our parents and all, like how they wear saris, how they dress and all. That is observational learning. Family, from there we get all these things, right? Then family environment. What about this family environment? A relationship with you and your father, a relationship with you and your mother, relationship with you and sibling. In my case, there is no siblings, so I can't relate with that. So this is a family relationship. We learn a number of things from them. Yeah, that is an environment. Okay, like school. Family is like a school, right? I hope so. Yeah. Next one, school. So what about this school? How does school make differences in others?
Teachers.
Yeah, teachers. How it's possible?
Teachers are considered as a second mother. So like
Yeah. Samia, second one. Okay. In school, in the case of school, some schools, clarify this. Some schools, they only provide academics. Yeah. Some schools, they provide academic as well as their other activities, co-curricular activities. They give more importance, right? But some schools, they only give importance to curricular activities or co-curricular activities. So this make a difference between them, right? Our education also matters. Somebody who learned from another school, somebody learned from this school, it leads some differences. That leads to this individual differences and everyone make unique. Yeah, that is in the case of school. And what about this peer group or friendship? Peer means friends. Yeah, friendship.
We learn many things from friends, like their character,
Mainly
how
at
they
this
behave.
time of adolescence, right? We depend more on our friends. We depend more with them. We spend most of our time with them, right? Why? They're
Because there
always
is some
ready to go
bonding.
out with them than our relatives. We give more importance to them than relatives and our family members. That is due to this hormone changes in adolescence and all. Yeah. Continue, Sanjana. Your viewpoint. Yeah.
Bonding.
Bonding.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the peer group has positive attributes, we also try to adopt that, right? For an example, if you are belong to a class toppers group or class toppers peer group, you also try to learn, right? I need good marks to show them, right? Yeah? Is it? Or it's just a theory, right? What about your friends? Any
They
good
are
friend?
like me.
Huh?
They are like me.
They are like me. Okay. In the case of boys and all, some peer groups that belong to anti-social activities, using drugs, alcohols and all, they also do all these kind of things, right? That is a part of this peer group that comes under the environment. Next one, socio-economic status. This is very important. Do you think, what about this kind of thing, socio-economic status? Which means, I'll give a clue, money. That is a thing, socio-economic status. How this gonna make a difference between others? Socio-economic status. Think.
If you are belonging from a rich family, you are adapted to that kind of environment.
Hmm.
If you
I'll
are
give.
poor, you will get like you understand more about difficulties and all.
Yeah, for an example, if someone who comes from a well-settled family, their parents can provide everything, right? A good dress, good nutrition, good food, good education. But just imagine a child from a poor family. That is very difficult for them as a parents, right? To educate, to give good foods. That makes a difference. Yeah. Somebody from a high family or high status family, somebody from a low family, this also leads some changes or some differences. Clear? And this neighborhood also matters. Our world also contribute. So the school, peers, our family, environment, neighborhood, all this comes under the environment part. Okay? So that's all about our chapter 3, physical changes. A small chapter, right? All our chapters are really small. Okay? So we finished 3 chapters. I'll quickly summarize. So there are two factors that influence our changes, basically the physical changes. One is heredity, another one is environment. Heredity means the passing of a trait from one generation to another generation, kind of a hair, a color, and all. Okay, that make us unique. Another way, another difference in us, that is due to environment, due to difference in school, difference with different peer groups, different economic status of parents, our family. Then, yeah, family also matters. Neighborhood also contribute, right? A good neighbors is like a good friends, right? Otherwise, it leads to other kind of problems. So, world, everything contribute to your environment for your uniqueness, for your differences. Clear? That is chapter 3. I'll send you notes. Okay? Today I'll send you notes. So, any doubts? Okay. So,
No,
for
ma'am.
next class, get ready for a test from chapter 2. Okay? A small test. Yeah. Thank you. Can leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
Take rest well, Sanjana. Yeah.